Hello everyone and welcome back. Well, me and my friend CatMax have been doing a lot of team battles and we have some really great synergy, so I want to put up some battles of us doing 2v2s. So let's take a look at the setups. Look at my standard Katana Core 2.0. I got the 2 Yari Cavalry, a Fire Rocket, 6 Katana Samurai. Is that right, 6? Yeah. And then a Yari Samurai, 2 Bow Ashigaru, and a Matchlock Ashigaru. My friend CatMax over here, he has 2 Yari Cavalry, 3 Yari Cavalry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Katana Samurai, a Lone Sword, and then 2 Naginata Samurai, and then for his range he just has 1 Bow Warrior Monk. Look at the other guy in a bit because they come out of the forest. But this was against a clan, and normally in multiplayer battles you kind of get a random assortment of enemies and they're not very coordinated. But when you fight against clans, they usually work together pretty well, so we're going to have to be on top of our game to win this battle. And we end up doing really well. I want to talk about my light cavalry for a second. I cannot recommend bringing a scout cavalry enough. It is so useful to have these guys running up to scout the enemy positions. Look for siege weapons out of nowhere. And just so you know what the enemy has, if he had scout cavalry, he wouldn't have gotten such a rude surprise as he got later in the battle. So I'll just triple speed it in a second. But so our strategy was basically, okay, they're going to start moving together on the weak side. Weak meaning has only one building. And they're going to meet here and try and overwhelm me with both of them together just against me. So CatMax is going to take the time to capture these 2 buildings on the side. So let's look at this guy's setup since we can see him. Lots of bows. Let's see. He's got a bow samurai. I believe the rest were monks. No, 2 samurai and 2 bow monks. And then just a bunch of katanas mostly. But he's got some Yari samurai. 1, 2, 3. 3 Yari samurai and a Naginata. The rest are just katana samurai. It looks like there are 6 of them. No cavalry. This other guy's going to be bringing the cavalry. He's got his whole unit, his whole force hidden in the forest. Now they just popped out here. Look at the spotting range on the light cavalry. I can stay out of bow monk range, or just in it maybe, and spot the forces. So he's going to start taking some shots, but he's not going to take any casualties because once I see bow monks, I'm going to run him off into the forest, where he will be safe. And now we see the force starting to come out. There's a Naginata, there's a Nodachi, there's a Naginata. Look at all those bow warrior monks. 3 of them there. I think more come out, and we also start seeing some Yari cavalry. There we go. They start popping out of the forest too, going to chase down my Yari cavalry. So, sorry about that. So, I'm just scouting at this point. I love having the scout cavalry, and the speed bonuses do indeed seem to be broken. So, I hope that gets fixed soon, because my cavalry keeps getting caught up too, and they shouldn't be. They have like 3 speed upgrades. There's no way that should be happening. So get on that creative assembly. Look at all these poor light cavalry that you're killing. So they're going to get shattered and be gone, but they have proved their usefulness. We now know the entire enemy's force and what they have, and there are no siege units in hiding, so we can freely advance and start taking the buildings. So I'm going to have like a pseudo crab thing going on. I've got my little claw over here right on the edge of the forest, just in hiding. And I did something really stupid, but it ended up working out. I left my fire rockets on fire at will, which I would have rather conserved them to try and snipe some cavalry, but it still ended up working out. I'll get to that in a minute. So I start capturing the sword dojo. CatMax is over here getting the workshop and moving over to the shrine as well. And that's when the enemy is going to start moving up. I'll triple speed it. But CatMax is not just going to sit back and capture. He's going to send his cavalry around to keep support. Threaten his rear. Make sure he doesn't get too cocky and start rushing me. So that's when I realized that he's moving forward, and he's going to try and overwhelm me, both of them together. It's usually a good strategy in multiplayer battles. If you can catch people alone, why not overwhelm them? So that's when I noticed something interesting. He's sending his bow warrior monks off to the side for some reason. I'm not sure why he did that. So that's when I see an opening. CatMax's cavalry is going to be coming around. I tell him to go attack the bow warrior monks that are getting isolated, but he kind of has some cavalry trouble here back in the forest. So my cavalry is going to come out. Once theirs is distracted, my cavalry will have a free shot at running in and hitting the bow samurai, or excuse me, the bow monks. They're being guarded by a Nodachi, which is probably the last thing you want guarding against a cavalry, especially because they had so much Yari samurai. I don't know why they didn't send a Yari. The only thing that's going to get him over there is the cavalry. But anyway, so he starts advancing on me, And my fire rockets started shooting at that point. And I didn't want him to. I really wanted to hide them so I can use them to maximum effectiveness to kill the cavalry. But it does do the good thing in sending them back. And he realizes that he doesn't want to walk into fire rockets like that. And so that could have still saved the day, because it could have prevented me from getting overwhelmed. So that's when he's going to send all these spears up, Naginatas and Yari. They are veterans, though, so can't underestimate them. My cavalry has left the forest, and they are now going to go hit these bow warrior monks, because they have the ranged advantage, definitely. So if we can take out these bows, that'd be a pretty big boon to us. That'd leave my matchlock Ashigaru basically free to just fire into the enemy ranks. So his bows are going to start shooting too, but we're in the forest, not going to do too much. They're just getting cut down here. And eventually he's just going to send his general over too. So I think, ooh man, sending his general over, that's a really, really good time. Try and take him out. He has a bow general, it looks like. So, there go the bow warrior monks. All of them are shattered now, so I can focus all my attention on the general. Somehow, we get off a good charge and kill like 5 of them. Yeah, there we go. We killed 5 right away. Not sure how I got off such a good charge from the forest in such short notice, but I'll take it. And his general, I don't remember if he died at this point. I guess we'll see. Meanwhile, the rest of them are just sitting tight, trying to deal with the cavalry. And Cat Max has brought his cavalry back. Yeah, they went back, I think. No use in wasting them. But they were a good diversion, because they brought his cavalry to deal with Cat Max's, and then mine was free to just run up and mess up his archers. So he's lost a lot of archers. They still have a couple, but that's probably about half of their ranged units gone. I lost my cavalry, but the infantry battle looks to be pretty secure. He has mostly spears, which will get dominated by my katanas. The other guy has a lot of katanas, but we have more, simply put, and they're veterans, 4 and 5 chevrons and up. So not worried about the infantry battle. Don't need the cavalry to swing the infantry battle in our favor, so we were free to sacrifice them. Take out the bows, and maybe the general. I lost track of him. Where did he go? There he... Yep, he is dead. The general is dead. The thingy on top, the little cone thing, if it's gone, that means he's dead. So, lost 3 bow monks and a general. I'd say that's pretty good use of early cavalry action. So he's got a pretty big disadvantage there now. Meanwhile, Cat Max has moved up his bow warrior monks, and they are now shooting into the enemy bow samurai. He's going to move his general up too, kind of to counter, but bad move, because now my fire rockets have an easy shot at his general. So I'll be moving them up shortly, put him right here on the beach, and then I'm going to have just a clean, perfect angle to just shoot into his general. Bows are moving up just to cover. I'm just covering an infantry. The Yari are going to move up in case his cavalry try and get cute. The matchlocks are there too, mostly to guard against cavalry. If his cavalry comes up, they're going to get blasted in the face with my matchlocks. And so his bow monks start shooting back at the general. Bad idea to skirmish your general with bow monks. Bow monks have really powerful bows, and they can kill avatars. So not a good idea to skirmish with them. He pulls them back into the forest, though. Meanwhile, my bow Ashigaru have come into range with his infantry units. He now has a bow warrior monk and a bow samurai. And then over on this side, there's just a bow samurai, and yeah, so he has 2 monks and 2 bow samurai, and that's it for his range. So my range is going to get a little more emboldened and just move up and just start skirmishing at this point. I'm just going to tear them down, use the missiles while they're still useful, while they're out in the open. No problem. Let's see, have my fire rockets moved yet? Yes, they have. Where are they? There they are. They are here by the workshop, or the sword dojo, excuse me. They will soon be moving up to hit the general. The matchlocks are going to move up and get in this missile battle too. They are not actually firing at us. Yes, one of them is. There we go. He just started responding. And he's shooting at the bows, though. The bows moved up first to take the shots from the matchlocks. My matchlocks are going to get a nice little volley off here, these samurai. And they're going to be wavering already from that shot. Nice shot there from the veteran matchlocks. And that's when they realize they can't really camp anymore. They're getting just torn apart by the skirmishing. Cat Max has moved his general up. He has a melee general, no penalty against spears, so he's just going to run up and just hold people down. We have wavering all over. Look how disorganized the enemy is now. Just caught him totally flustered. Let's see, where are the fire? The fire rockets are moving into position to shoot at the enemy general, who is sitting just in front of the tree line. He might have been enough time passed, so we'd forgotten about him. So these fire rockets are going to take a nice little shot at the general. Why not? Let's see how effective it was. Bam! Killed half of them. It's down to 4 men. General is still alive, though. He's used the rally, but he's wavering. Here comes the cavalry. Now look, I guess we kind of missed it, but you can tell by this cavalry what he did. Why on earth would you run into a thin line of matchlocks in the wedge formation? If he had been spread out, he could have just obliterated my ranged units. Look at this charge. How many people are you going to kill in this charge? Ooh, wow, nice charge. Killed like 2 guys. If he had spread it out, he could have just smashed into him and just obliterated my ranged units. I mean, just obliterated them. Again, bad use of the wedge. I don't get the fascination with the wedge formation. I just don't understand. He's going to bring up his Yari cavalry to hit my fire rockets, but they've pretty much outlived their usefulness. They've done their damage. No big deal. It's a nice distraction. Get his cavalry pinned down. My katanas are going to come and clean up. And they're still going to be confident, having lost half their men, but the cavalry's going to be wavering and cut down. Meanwhile, over here, just a really disorganized defense is just going to be swept up by the katanas. No problem there. This battle was pretty much over before the battle was joined. We'd just been tearing into him with early action. General's moving up to make the infantry stand and fight better. Black and yellow is basically gone on my side. Yeah, he just has this one unit of Yari cavalry, and then my side is completely freed up. Yep, there we go. I am completely free, and so is Catmax's side. So there's the end of the battle. I really like these 2v2s, actually, because in a lot of cases, synergy beats skill. If you have good teamwork, I mean, you can just roll people. So I really like these multiplayer battles. When I originally started playing, I didn't think I'd do too many of them. But this was a good one. And I've had actually a lot of good ones. Usually like the 4v4s end up being the crazy clusterfucks, but 2v2s and even 3v3s end up being pretty tactical most of the time. So I'm actually really enjoying these. Most of the battles I played recently have been 2v2s. They're a lot of fun, so and they take a lot of pressure off. You can really just have fun with it. When it's 1v1, you got a lot of pressure on you to perform, you know, it's all up to you. But in these team battles, you can support each other. It takes a lot of pressure off, so thanks for watching, everybody.